Wrinkled Outfits on Knowing Bros 2021. The recent appearance of ITZY on Knowing Bros to promote In the Morning has attracted quite a lot of negative opinions for their outfits. Despite coming from JYP and being provided with some of the best stylists money can buy, can you believe that they didn't even bother to iron ITZY's clothes?
What?
Look at this. Even Chaeyoung's tie is wrinkled. And that weird hairstyle of Yechi as well. Okay, too many problems here, but I'll start with the obvious wrinkled skirts. Zooming in, these tennis skirts look super rumpled, like they were just pulled straight out of packets and put on the girls. No matter how rushed you are, publicly appearing on a famous show like Knowing Bros in clothes that are not ironed is unacceptable. Heck, they didn't even bother to iron this tiny tie. And do you see Ryujin's vest? It doesn't look flattering on her body at all. The low-quality fabric makes her look like she's wearing cheap uniform garments. Nowadays, even students don't dress as poorly as Ryujin in this picture. Poor Yechi also got disaster outerwear. They made her swim in an ill-structured oversized blazer, which covers 90% of her body. Chaeyoung didn't look any better because even when her blazer was cropped to look neater, the broad shoulder pads and the cheap, sloppy material still destroyed the whole look. And the last bit that completed this whole mess? Yechi's hairstyle. Instead of spending time putting tons of hair wax on Yechi's head and making her look like she didn't have enough hair, the stylist could have used all that time ironing their skirts. When the photos were uploaded, whoever was responsible for the outfits was under fire for their unprofessional work ethics. When some kept questioning the aesthetics of the Courties, some even went further by asking JYP to immediately change to a new stylist crew for ITZY. ITZY is a rising girl group, and such mistakes in appearance could impact their career a lot. In the past, JYP was also criticized for having let such a thing happen too many times. For instance, in the next case. Gaon Chart Music Awards 2019. As ITZY is the only Gen 4 girl group of JYP, their appearances at important awards are always highly expected. However, when the girls showed up at Gaon Chart Music Award in 2019, their outfits disappointed everyone with cheesy details and weird color combinations. Though the neon color trend was way too 2006, the stylist still brought it back in 2019, and even made each member wear a different color. That made them end up looking like mannequins wearing random clothes, rather than a top girl group on a red carpet. Let's start with the first victim, Yechi. I mean, I get the idea of mixing girly and bold items together, but in Yechi's case, since the neon green color of her pants is already the highlight, such a bling-bling faux gem top is a wrong match. I think if this top were replaced by a PVC sleeveless crop turtleneck, like that of Chaeyoung but in black, it would be much more harmonizing. Speaking of Chaeyoung, I really hate those faux gems on her leather skirt. Doesn't it look like an outdated Juicy Couture item? Yeah, Chaeyoung's outfit just gives me the exact 2000s vibe with neon colors and leather and faux gems. So flashy, but so unsophisticated. Maybe the stylist was trying to revive this fashion era. But to me, Juicy Couture is a dark stain in the history of fashion that should never be brought back. Though Leah looks the finest out of the five, her dress material still looks so undeniably cheap that the whole form was destroyed by the adding of the belt. And did they just use a safety garment as a replacement to a proper top? If not, it does look exactly like a safety garment underneath that orange dress. The worst is probably Ryujin. Really, why did the stylist let her wear a top that looks like a super cheesy ice skating costume? The sequin material looks so cheap, and this shade of green is the ugliest color I've ever seen. It does not complement her blue hair at all. Also, the golden details on her shoulders are so eye-puzzling too. With this totally flop outfit, Ryujin was clearly separated from the harmonious pack. Yuna's hot pink crop top also drew lots of negative reactions. Not to mention the neon color is already a pain to the eye. This top also exposed her black safety garment in a very ungraceful way. I've come to notice that the stylists seem to be obsessed with safety garments in this styling. Look at Yechi, Leah, and Yuna. Their safety two-strings are popping all out, which doesn't look pretty at all. Safety clothes are not fashion. They're rather like lingerie and need to be covered. Ryujin wearing shoes that almost killed her ankles. Up until now, there have been at least 3 times Ryujin had to wear a pair of boots that barely fit her size. Making one mistake for the first time can be due to the lack of knowledge, the second time due to carelessness. But the third time, it could only be irresponsibility. In this wannabe live stage, Ryujin had to carry the whole performance with a pair of oversized over-the-knee boots, which obviously twisted her ankles several times. After that, the stylist still didn't collect her shoe size, and made her wear another big white cowboy boots in the Not Shy promotion. A professional dancer like Ryujin cannot lose balance so many times like this. It can only be the boots. They were so big that she couldn't even stand straight when doing an interview. Despite the outrage of fans, the Cordy still gave Ryujin another pair of boots so loose that they even fell onto her feet just after her casually walking to the van. Dressing ITZY in reused outfits. When ITZY appeared at SBS Gaon in 2019, something had failed to escape the eagle eye of netizens. Right at the moment Ryujin got on stage, her polka dot velvet top was immediately determined to be a reused piece that was once worn by Twice's Momo. So many times ITZY had to re-wear their stage outfits too. If you're a non-fan, you'll definitely think these stages were one same stage, because their clothes and hairstyles look 100% the same. Of course, fans were super upset. They had no choice but to believe that JYP was trying to save some pennies, the pennies that fans themselves spent on ITZY to support their activities, at the expense of the girls' image. Well, I agree that reusing clothes is good for our planet, but re-wearing them 5 times in a row? It seems that the stylists have gone overboard with this mindset and ignored the importance of costume changes in idols' performances. Weird hairstyles. What kind of hairstyle is this, to be honest? I have never seen such an unflattering hairstyle. Yet, our Yechi had to suffer that hair the whole MV and promotion activities. The overly tight bun obviously makes her look like she had thin hair. And why is there a weird strand of excess hair sticking out from her left ear? What is that? Despite the moaning of fans, the stylist still did that hairstyle for Yechi for the first ever live stage of In the Morning. What's even worse was the combination between this hairstyle and Yechi's eye makeup. Doesn't this way of doing eyeshadow make her look like she had crossed eyes? Then we had Leah, the one who got lucky in the outfit round but couldn't escape the magic hands of ITZY Stylists when it comes to hairstyling. A while ago, when the group published their photo teasers for their latest comeback, Guess Who?, all eyes were on the ridiculous bang of Leah. The bang literally looks like it was chewed by someone. Not to mention, the above eyebrows bang is another trend that was already outdated since 2018. Before that, Leah also shook her fans for the asymmetrical ponytails that did nothing but distort the whole facial proportions. Those unicorn highlight strands also have nothing to do with the rest of her hair, from the colors, the material, and the way they're sticking out of her ears. Looking at such styling skills, it's actually hard to say whether it's a legit attempt of the stylist to make ITZY stand out, or a joke that is implicitly made to degrade their visuals. Do you think you can be hired as JYP stylist after this video? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to BeBoss TV, and hit the notification bell to watch our videos as soon as they are uploaded. Thank you for watching!